Today, let us see a basic topic, ratio and proportion. Deals with numbers, simple to understand, and if you can understand easily, you can solve questions also. Okay, what is ratio? Ratio is comparison, comparing the things. Like I have 20 apples, my friend has 40 apples. 20 apples to 40 apples means double, 1 time to 2 times. 1 is to 2. We say this is comparison. So 20 apples I am comparing. How many I am having, how many my friends having, I compare. He is having double of my apples. That means we say 20 apples to 40 apples. Or we show with the sign. If you can simplify to the lowest terms, 21 times, 22 times, we say 1 is 2, is 2. The symbol is called is 2, 1 is to 2 is the ratio. And these two terms, and one thing is, I can say, I can compare 20 apples with my friend's 40 apples. I have 20 apples, my friend has 40 rupees. I cannot compare apples with rupees. So whatever I compare, those things should be of same kind. Then only I can compare. Right. And these two are terms. First term, second term. Actually it is called, first term is called antecedent and second term is called consequent. Antecedent and consequent. And the important thing what you should know here is these two terms of this ratio can be multiplied by any number. The ratio won't be changed. Okay, or it can be divided by any number. For example, I multiply, say for example 2:3 is the ratio. I multiply this number by 2 into 2, 4. I multiply into 2, 6. 4:6 is nothing but again if you simplify that comes to 2:3. So terms of the ratio can be multiplied by any number or you can divide by any number. Okay, the ratio, the value won't be changed. And the important thing is you cannot add or cannot subtract by any number. Ratio will be different now. If I can add, say for example 1 here and 1 here, what happens? This becomes 3, this becomes 4. 2:3 cannot become 4. So this is wrong. So you can multiply or divide by any number, but you cannot add or subtract any number. This is important. And anyway, you better know some important things. Say, this is the ratio, okay, general ratio. And what is duplicate ratio? Duplicate ratio means if you take squares of the terms of this ratio, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, this becomes duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio means taking squares of the terms of the ratio. Next, triplicate ratio, cubes. Taking cubes of the terms of the ratio is called triplicate ratio. Okay? Cubes of, what is the triplicate ratio of 2:3? We say 2 cube 8, 3 cube 27. We say 8:27 is triplicate ratio. This is duplicate ratio. Right? Okay. Another thing is subduplicate ratio. Subduplicate ratio means square root of the terms of the ratio. For example, 25:36 is the ratio. If we take square root of this term, square root of 25, 5, square root of 36, 6, 5, 6 is subduplicate ratio of the original ratio. And similarly, subtriplicate means cube roots of the terms. If the terms, say for example, 27 is to 64, let us say. 27, cube root of 27 is 3, cube root of 64 is 4. 3:4 is sub-triplicate ratio of the terms. Okay, right. This is for general things which you should know. And another thing is inverse ratio. Inverse ratio means, for example, 3:4 is the ratio. The interchanging the terms of the two terms are there in the ratio. Then interchanging the terms, 4:3 is the inverse ratio. Okay, here one important thing I'll tell you. What is inverse ratio means? You must be thinking that yes, we have simply changed the terms. First has become second term has become first term. Okay. If it is 3, for example 2:3:4, then what do you say? What is the inverse ratio? Whatever you are thinking is wrong. You must be thinking that this may be 4:3:2. Wrong. It is not inverse ratio. Actually, you should know how we get this inverse ratio. 4:3, how we got? We simply didn't interchange. The inverse of 3 is 1/3. The inverse of 4 is 1/4. Okay? So LCM, to convert into general ratio, the fractions, you take LCM of these two. 3 into 4, 12. Multiply by 12 into 12 into 12. Then 3 4 times, 4 3 times. This has become 4:3. So inverse ratio has come like this. 3:4 inverse ratio is 4:3. It is not simply we didn't change the terms. You should know that one. Similarly, 2:3:4 means the inverse ratio of this one is 1/2 is to 1/3 is to 1/4 is the inverse ratio. Again you take LCM. LCM is 12, multiply by 12. If you multiply by 12, 2 6 times, multiply by 12 means 3, 4 times, multiply by 12 means 3 times. 1/2 is to, so inverse ratio of 2:3:4 is nothing but 6:4:3. That you remember, right? Yeah. Okay. And see, if you understand these things, you can easily solve questions. Very easily solve some questions and all. We have some questions here. Okay, we solve these questions today. Some important questions we solve. Okay. A:2B is 3:4. And B:2C is 5:7. He is asking A plus B is to B plus C is to C plus A. Okay. When he has given AB ratio and BC ratio, we have to find out ABC ratio because 3 terms are there. Once we find ABC ratio, that is easy for you because first he said say A, B and C. He said A:2B has given as 3:4. And B:2C has given as 5:7. One is 3:4, other one is 5:7. Okay. See here, how to find out ABC? I'll give you 2 ways. Okay. One way is like this. A is this. This is A. That means these 2 terms, 3 into 5. And second one, this is B. 5 into 4. And this is C, 4 into 7. So A is to B is C. This is 15 is to 20 is to 27. So ABC is 15, 20, 27. This is one way. And I'll give you one more way also. I prefer this one because sometimes multiplication may be difficult. Okay, for simplification also. And what I do, this is one way. What we do, anyway B is common here. Let us make B terms as same because they are different terms here. These terms are different now. These values are different. Let us make these B as the same, having the same value. But here it is 4, here it is 5. So that to make same thing, let us multiply this one by 5 and multiply this one by 4. Okay, if you multiply by 5, what happens? 3 into 5, 15. Multiply by 5. That is that gives 20. That means into 5 into 5. And now I multiply this one by 4 and this one also by 4. This is now what happened? This has become 15. This has become 20. And this is also 20. This is 28. Now these two are same. So 15 is to 20 is to 28. Okay? 15 is to 20 is 28. This is quite simple compared to the other one. Whatever the method you feel. But this is 15, 20, 28. Yes, we got now A, B, C as 15, 20, 28. And the question is what is A plus B is to B plus C is to C plus A. A plus B means add. A plus B 30. B plus C 48. C plus A 15 plus 28 43 is our answer. 30 is to 48 is to 43 is our answer. So A plus B 35. 35. Next B plus C 20 plus 28 48. C plus 15 plus 28 is 43. So 35 is to 48 is to 43 is our answer. 35 is to 48 is to 43. This is our answer. Fine? Okay. See the next question. A is to B is 4 is to 5, B is to C is 2 is to 3, C is to D is 5 is to 8. What is A is to D? Here 4 terms, A, B, C, D. We have to find in different ways. 2 is given. So A, B, C and D. He has given A is to B as 4 is to 5 and B is to C as 2 is to 3, 2 and 3. And third one C is to D as 5 is to 8, 5 and 8. Again I will give you 2 methods here. The first one is, this is A, come straight, all the 3. This is A, means 4 into 2 into 5. And second one is like this, comes like this. That is 5 into 2 into 5. And the third one is just opposite, like this. It comes 5 into 3 into 5. And the last one, these 3. 5 into 3 into 8. Okay? This is A, B, C, D. Any common factor you can say. 5 is there, 5 is there, 5 is there, 5 is there. Okay? Another thing, I think that's it. 2 is there here and here but not here. So 4 into 8, 5 into 10, 3 into 5, 15 and 3 into 8, 24. 8 is to 10 is to 15 is to 24 is the ratio. This is one method. Okay? The other method. Okay. Other method is, see, B is common here, C is common here. Let us make terms of these B having same values. These two should have the same value, but this is 5, this is 2. So similarly what I do, I multiply this one by 2, these two terms, I multiply these two terms by 2. What happens? Here I multiply by 2, multiply by 2. Here I multiply by 5, here I multiply by 5. Okay, then what happens? Then these two terms, these two values of C should be same, but this is 15, this is 5. So multiply by 3. Here also multiply by 3. Then they become same. Then 4 into 2, 8, 5 into 2, 10, 2 into 5, 10. B is 10, C is 3 into 5, 15, 5 into 3, 15. Anyone 15 and D 8 into 3, 24. This is the ratio. Your wish. Either the first way method or this second method. Okay. Now what is asking? What is A is to D? A is to D means 8 is to 24. Once you get A, B, C, D, anyone you complete. 8 3 times. 1 is to 3 is our answer. This is 1 is to 3. Sometimes in clerical examinations of bank or staff selection commission or any other thing, these kind of questions they'll give you, and easy way to solve this one. Okay. Next question. Two numbers are in 5:6 ratio. If 16 is subtracted from each of these numbers, then the ratio becomes 3:4. What are the numbers? He has not given numbers, only ratio he has given. What is that ratio? Ratio is 5:6. Okay? And what he said, if you deduct 16 from this one, but this is ratio, these are not numbers. Then if ratio is given, how to find out numbers? Multiply with a constant value, say x. Okay? Then how do we solve this one? Say 5x is the first term, 6 is the second term, or first number, second number. These are the numbers. If 16 is subtracted from these numbers, that means 5x minus 16 and 6x minus 16. Then this ratio becomes 3:4. That's what he said. Okay? Right. Here they make a proportion. What is proportion? If the ratios are equal, they make a proportion. Okay? That means A is to B is equal to C is to D. If A is to B ratio, C is to D ratio is equal, they say they are in proportion. For example, 2 is to 3 is there. Okay? Or 6 is to 9 is there. If you simplify, this also becomes 2 is to 3. That means 2 is to 3 is nothing but 6 is to 9. So these two ratios are equal. Then they make a proportion. Okay? These are the terms. These are the middle terms, or we say means. These are end terms, or we say 2 and 9 are end terms, or we call extremes. Middle terms are means, end terms are extremes. So we have one this thing, mean product of means is equivalent to product of extremes. Product of mean values is equivalent to product of extreme values. Okay, this we can say. Middle terms you can multiply, end terms you can multiply. This is one this thing. Or we can write one more thing. Ratio we can write as a fraction. 5/6 can be written as 5/6. Okay, it can be written as 5/6. So this we write 5x minus 16 by 6x minus 16 is 3/4. Simplification is easy for us if we write like this. Or we simply, without further big calculations, here itself mentally we multiply. Anyway, this is 20x, this is 16 to 3, 18x, 20x minus 18x, 2x. Okay, this is 64 minus 64, this is 48 minus 48, minus 64 will go that side, plus 64, plus 64 minus 48 is 16. Okay, x is 8. X is 8 means what are the numbers? 5 into 8, 40, 6 into 8, 48. So 40 and 48 are our numbers. This is the answer. This is our regular approach, conventional approach. Okay, let us see the simple shortcut for this question. I'll just show you that one also. See here, 5/6 is the ratio, initial ratio. After deducting 16 from each term, ratio is becoming 3:4. We are deducting 16 from each term. After that one, ratio is becoming 3:4. So here actually first term is 5, second term is 3. Deducted 2, difference is 2. Here also difference is 2. When the difference is constant, same, then we can use this approach. Actually we have deducted 2 from each term, but according to the question, we have deducted 16 from each term. That means 2 terms is nothing but value is 16. Okay, 2 is becoming 16. 2 parts is 16. 1 part naturally 8, no? When 2 parts 16, 1 part 8. 1 part 8 means 5 parts 40. 6 parts 48. These are the numbers. 40 and 48. Easy for us. Without a calculation of x or solving any equation, simply you can say. This shortcut you can use when constant number is deducted. These parts also should be same. Then only you can use this one. So, what are the numbers? 40 and 48. First number 40, second number 48. Got it? Next question. In a school there are 490 students. The ratio of boys and girls was 4:3. After few days, 10 boys left the school, but few girls joined. As a result, the ratio of boys and girls became 9:8. What is the number of new girls? Okay. Some students are there in the school, 490. The ratio is also as given. After some days, what happened? 10 boys left and some girls joined. He has not given how many girls joined. That we have to find out. After 10 boys left and some few girls joined, the ratio has become 9:8. What is the number of new girls joined? This is also simple. Okay? See, 490 students totally, and they are in 4:3 ratio. 4:3 ratio means we can easily find out number of boys and number of girls. Okay? 4 plus 3, 7. Total 7. 7 parts. 490 into 7 parts means each part is 70. 70 means 4 parts means 7 into 4. 70 into 4, 280. Then 70 into 3, 210. 280 boys and 210 girls. 280 boys and 210 girls are there. From this one, what happened? 10 boys left the school. 10 boys left means now only 270 boys. And some girls joined. We don't know how many girls. This we don't know. Okay. So after a few girls joined, this has become. But after that, ratio has become 9:8. Okay, ratio has become 9:8. So very simple. Okay, now he has given 270 boys are there. The ratio is their part is 9 parts. 9 parts is 270. Okay, each part is 30. 8 parts here girls into 30. 240. 240 girls are there. This is so simple. Okay, so 9 parts is boys, 8 parts is girls. 9 into 30, 270. 8 into 30, 240. Girls are 240. Otherwise, how generally the first method, the earlier question which I explained in a regular conventional approach, 4x and 3x, 4x minus 10, 3x plus x is equal to 4:3. That way we have to find out. Okay, finally we can get x value and from that one divide. That is a lengthy procedure. This is quite simple. So how many girls? 240 girls. 240 means 30 girls joined. He is asking how many new girls. New girls joined is 30. 30 girls joined. Okay, right. 240 means earlier 210 girls were there. Now 240 girls. So 30 girls joined is the answer. Next. See, these kind of questions regularly we see in the examination. All these questions whatever we have seen regularly we can see in the examination. See, in an 80 liter solution of milk and water, the ratio of milk and water is 2:3. How many liters of milk should be added to the solution to make the ratio 4:1? Simple. Okay. 80 liter solution is there. In that one, milk and water in 2:3 ratio. Milk and water 2:3 ratio means again no x and all. So 5 parts total. 5 parts. 8 divided into 5 parts. Each part is 16. 2 parts 32. 3 parts 16 3s are 48. So now 32 liters of milk is there. 48 liters of water is there. Put together 80 liters. After that one, what we did, how many liters of milk should be added? How much milk? Some milk will be added. Okay, after adding milk, the ratio of milk and water has become 4:1. Okay, how many liters of milk we have added here? Remember, we have added only milk, not water. Only milk we have added. So water quantity is same like earlier. Earlier water was 48 liters. Now also water is 48 liters only. But that 48 liters is equal to 1 part. If 1 part is 48 liters, 4 parts is how much? 4 into 48, 196 liters. Okay, now the milk is 196. Earlier milk was 32 liters. How much milk we have added? 60 liters of milk we have added is the answer. Okay, simple. 60 liters milk we added is the answer. Not 60, 160. 160 liters of milk we have added. $160 liters of milk we added. Okay. One second. 32 liters. This is 192, not 196. 192 liters. Minus 32, 160 liters. Right? 48 into 4, 192. Right. See the next one. And again, see, most of the questions we can see in this approach, and most of the students also solve questions like this only. Whenever they say they take terms like 2x, 3x and added means how much, these kind of things, conventional approach. Let us not use that conventional approach. This is the simple way to solve. And which smallest number should be added to each of the numbers 9, 13, 21 and 29 so that they are in proportion? Okay, there are 4 numbers 9, 13, 21 and 29. And how much should be added? Some number if we add to each of these terms, they make a proportion. Making proportion means, I said you, if ratios are equal, they make a proportion. So these numbers should make proportion means first term is to second term should equal to third term is to fourth term. Now they are not a proportion. After adding some number to each one, then they make a proportion. Say that one, how we solve this one? We say x we are adding, then 9x, 13x, 21x plus x. 9 plus x, 13 plus x, 21 plus x, 29 plus x, we are adding x. That's what we have to find out. Okay? Then they make a proportion. That means 9 plus x by 13 plus x. First term by second term is 21 plus x. Third term by fourth term. 21 plus x. This is how we write. Okay? Right. And see, very difficult to solve the question. Okay? What we have to cross multiply these two. Again we have to cross multiply these two. Then you get a quadratic equation. Solving a quadratic equation is difficult here. This is time taking one. Okay? If you remember, my dear friends, in mathematics, component to dividend rule. What is component to dividend rule? Say a by b is equal to say some x by y. Then what we say? A plus b by a minus b. First term add the second term and x subtract. Then x plus y by x minus y. This is component and dividend rule. Okay? That we can use here, which makes our job easy. Okay? 9 plus x plus 13 plus x by 9 plus x minus 13 plus x. Minus 13 plus x means minus 13 minus x. Okay? And here 21 plus x plus 29 plus x by 21 plus x minus 29. Minus 29 minus x. Right? Like this. Let us further simplify. 9 plus 13, 22 plus 2x by x and x cancels minus 4. And here 21 plus 29, 50 plus 2x. Anyway 2x's cancels. 21 minus 29 is minus 8. Right? And what we can do? We can both negative signs we can make into positive. And that is what we do. 22 into 8. 160 and 176. 176 plus 16x is, this is 200 plus 8x. Okay, 16x minus 8x is further I write here. 16x minus 8x is 8x. 200 minus 176 is 24. So x is 3. So 3 should be added to each of the terms. Then they make a proportion. If you add 3, what happens? So this becomes 12. This becomes 16. Plus 3 is 24. Plus 3 is 32. Okay? See, 4. 4 3 times. 4 4 times. 8 3 times. 8 4 times. Then 3 is to 4 is 3 is to 4. So 3 should be added to each term. This is the way to solve the question. So solving quadratic is difficult, but component or dividend method will give you the easy way to solve this question. But the best method for this question, whenever it comes, when it is in competitive examination, anyway it's an objective examination, options are given here, multiple choice questions. So you go by options. Instead of solving the entire question, the best method is go by options. Let us check out. When the terms are given, see some 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever he gives, try with these numbers. So for example, one is there 10, if one is there 14, one is there 22, that can't be the same. You take try 2 or 3, whatever the terms are given. According to options when you go, but it becomes easy. The best method for this one is going by options. Otherwise, this component dividend method. Yeah, the last one. The owner of a factory reduces the number of his employees in the ratio 9:8 and increases their wages in the ratio 14:15. In what ratio will the wages will increase or decrease? Okay. What he said, some employees are there with him. That ratio, he reduced the employees. In what ratio he reduced his employees? 9:8. Okay, employees. But he increased their wages in 14:15 ratio. This is wages ratio. He is asking what happens to the wages bill. Will it increase or will it decrease? What is the ratio? Increment ratio or decrement ratio? That's what he is asking. Very simple one. No need to worry. No need to say that X, Y and all. Absolutely not required. See, what is this? Employees are reduced to 9:8 ratio means if it was 9 earlier, now it is 8. 9 employees has become 8 employees. Let us assume like this. And wages 14:15 means, suppose he was giving 14 rupees, now he is giving 15 rupees. So 14 rupees has become 15. Now simple, What is the wage bill? If it is 9 employees and 14 rupees, how much it will be? 49s are 126 rupees. Now what is the new one? 15 8s are 120 rupees. So now the wage, earlier it was 126, has become 120. This is the ratio. So wage ratio has become 126 is 120. That means it has decreased. Let us simplify to the simple terms. So 6 will go 2 times, 6 1 time, 6 2 times and 0. That's it. So 21:20 is the ratio. So that wage ratio has become 21:20. That means it has decreased. 21:20 is the answer. Okay. Earlier answer was 3. We have to decrease 3 from each number. Okay. This is how we have to solve the questions. Okay. Simple questions but regular questions in the examination. You take railway examinations or CHSL, CGL or bank PO or clerk. In all these examinations, these simple terms, simple questions regularly asked. Okay. In our next video, we see some more questions. Thank you.